Guys, this is Tarot with Kittens, Weights, and Tarot, and today I'm doing a review of the 25th anniversary edition of the Enchanted Tarot. So this is by Amy Zerner and Monty Farber. My very first deck was the Enchanted Tarot. It wasn't this one. It was the, I don't know, I think there's three editions of the Enchanted Tarot, and the edition I have is kind of a travel size. It's small, which is purple backings, and that was my very first tarot deck. I had it for a really long time. I eventually gifted it to one of my really good friends so that she could learn tarot. But I had never really resonated with it. Plus, when I got it, it was at a time where, you know, I was trying to learn tarot. I was trying to, like, kind of, sort of, but not really tap into my, my psychic abilities and my clairs and things like that. And every time I worked with the deck, it seemed like, my crown chakra, everything was just like opening up, all the feels were coming in, spirits were coming in, and I was like, no, so I would put it away. And so I didn't really resonate with it just because I was more fearful of just fearful of the unknown, of spirit and things like that. And now I'm like, obviously, I mean, I'm a medium. I'm like a-okay. I play in the spirit realm all the time. I'm always like seeking out like what's beyond this realm, and that's like my thing. So at some point, I don't know, like last month, I was like, as I'm like looking at the images of the Enchanted Tarot, which other people seem to love so much, I was like, that's actually really pretty images. And I think I was just like, it wasn't the images, but I was just so freaked out about what I was feeling when I used that deck that I just couldn't use it anymore. After that deck, I ended up getting the Osho Zen, and then I was like, oh, hey, this is like really cool. And then obviously I have my massive collection that I do now. So it's nice to have this back and really appreciate it coming from a place of non-fear. So let's look at this 25th anniversary edition. And so here we have a really nice solid box, as you can see here. Here's the backings, got the side, got your top. Okay, so when you open her up, this nice little magnetic closure strip here, which is pretty cool. Inside here was this nice little velvet bag. As well as the cards. The cards are currently in here, but the cards were right here. But let's take a look at the guidebook, which is full color, by the way. Those people that are into full color. But it's a pretty meaty book. And the book I had, I remember it was like How to Read Tarot, but it was like it went with those like little purple cards. So anyway, this is our table of contents. And they kind of go back into the Enchanted Tarot and reflecting on the past 25 years and kind of what was going on, at the time, talking about the wife, Amy Zerner, and her tapestries, and, how they became really popular, for having the, multimedia type stuff. So it's pretty cool. And so then it goes in, to your basic stuff of handling the cards and how to read reversals, interpreting the cards. So I think this is really good, especially if you're beginning. This would be a really good book to take a look at. Then it goes into the threefold approach, one card technique. If you were to ask this question, you got this card, this could be a type of answer. And then you got your different 3-card spreads. You have your Celtic cross. And, just being able to read all those and like samples, like sample readings, which I think is really good, especially for somebody who's just beginning or maybe just figuring out a way to work with these cards. See, it goes into major arcana. And then here it goes into gemstones, plants, notes, astrology, and color. With the different major arcana. So I love those correspondences. Okay, so the rest of the book is pretty much set up just like this, where this is the dream. This is what the Fool is all about. So what's the Fool trying to tell you? This is the awakening, and then we go into the enchantment. The almost like the shadow aspect. And then if you're just doing a quick read, what could be your quick message, and what could be a quick outcome if you're doing an outcome type reading? Yeah, and it's like that for all of them. And let's see if there's anything at the back here. Oh, so if you wanted like a color reference guide of where all the different cards are, it tells you what pages they're on, so you can reference them rather quickly. And so I think that's fantastic. And then there's your authors there, and the artist, which is the wife. So yeah, I find that to be very, very informative. So again, if you're just starting off, or maybe you're just figuring out how do I use this, I think that would be great. Okay, so we have our cards in here. Let me go ahead and take them out, and I love using these. They're ridiculously large, but you guys know me, I like things that are of ridiculous size. So I have my Antique Anatomy Tarot, which is your standard tarot deck size, and I'm going to compare it with the 25th edition Enchanted Tarot, and you can just see how much freaking larger it is. So yeah. Okay, so the cardstock, some people might consider it flimsy. I mean, the cards are huge, so if the cardstock were any thicker, I don't think I would be able to handle it. So it's definitely very bending. It does have like a very light coating on it, but I think that I'm afraid that I'm gonna wear it out because I love it so much. But we can't just like not use our decks. So anyway, this is the backings, and it does have kind of a, you can see kind of a shiny goldness to it. Okay, so let's take a look at the cards. Let's just go through this. Okay, I'm gonna move this kind of out of the way just so we can, and you might see that there's colors. So for the sword suit is all blue, Major Arcana is all purple, Pentacles would be all green, Cups, which here is hearts, is this like pinky color. Oh, it's just, oh, I'm so glad that I can now look back on this deck and I can really appreciate, her talent. Amy Zerner, what she did with like tapestry and sewing certain things together, and adding bits of lace and pieces of magazines. It's just gorgeous. It's wonderful art. And just before, I just wasn't focused on the art before. I was just like freaked out because I was afraid of my own abilities. I was afraid of what's just part of the natural world, spirit and energies. And although I was really interested, I was also scared at the same time. And now I'm so glad that I'm in a place where none of that scares me anymore, and I'm more full of intrigue and curiosity than I am fear. And so I think that this is great to now revisit this deck in its 25th anniversary edition and just appreciate it. And actually, I like the images being so much larger than I remember, because I had the smaller travel size cards, which was even smaller than normal tarot size. It was like bigger than Lenormand, but smaller than tarot. So kind of that in between. And I like that they're big. I can really like get the colors and the images and the faces a lot more coming out of them. And I love these borders, actually. I'm not a huge borders person. The edition that I had was borderless, but I don't mind these borders. I actually like them. I like the color coding because I'm very drawn to color. And I'm just soaking in the cards right now. Let me get in nice and close so you guys can see like what's all, so you can see that it's like all sewn. Bits and pieces like sewn together. Yeah, I just want you guys to appreciate that. So yeah. I haven't yet used this for readings with other people just because I feel like this is me, this is my deck. You know, it has such a special place in my heart now because it's what I started off with, and it's like, and now like look where I am. I'm so excited to be where I am now. I'm excited to be in the present, and I'm excited for what the future holds, you know? And I know it's ridiculously large, but I love taking it with me everywhere. And even though it sticks out of my purse, I'm like, I don't care. I like it. Sometimes I just like looking at the images. And I really feel like it's speaking to me. Like, I mean, not like my other decks don't, but it's like, hey, remember me? Okay, now let's talk. You know, it's been quite a few years, but now let's talk. Oh, there's that Fool card. And normally I'm not like a jester clown type person, but that one's okay. It's okay. And there's our wands, that goldy color, and the devil. Okay, so I'm gonna give these a shuffle so you guys can see what that looks like. You know, when I have the bigger decks, I do this kind of drop shuffle. So let me show you on here. I'll just kind of split the deck like this, and instead of like doing a riffle shuffle, I just kind of let them fall, you know, with the bigger decks. And I find that, you know, that helps for shuffling. You could also do like top hand. Oops. You could do top hand shuffling like this if you wanted to, but I'm going to go ahead and pull 3 cards just so you can see maybe what that might look like in a reading. So let's just get a message for all of us right now. We have the 10 of Wands. Ooh, got some burdens going on here. I'm kind of feeling like this card. We got the 9 of Pence. Interesting. And this card also caught my attention. Okay, so, and then we got the 8 of Wands. So we got a lot of action. Okay, I'm already getting some hits off of this, intuitive hits. Okay, because like this is like my freaking soul deck. Okay, so 10 of Wands, 9 of Pence, and then here we have the 8 of Wands. So we have a lot of this fiery energy with these 2 Wands cards. And so what I'm getting is, you know, lots of hard work and not being able to see like the end of it. Like, you know, I'm putting in all this hard work. It seems like I'm not getting anything out of this. And here I'm just getting a message that, you know, you will be rewarded handsomely for your efforts. You just gotta keep plodding away. And then, you know, by doing this, you're allowing a lot of other opportunities to come in because other people are going to notice your hard work. So it's not all for naught is what I'm getting for this little mini reading. It's just a very general reading for us, you know, so if it doesn't resonate, that's okay. It's meant for somebody out there, maybe even for myself. So anywho, if you guys dug this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to click subscribe, and don't forget to click that ding 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 notification bell for more videos just like this. And if you want to catch a more in-depth personal reading from me, head over to www.kittenswaitsandtarot.com. I have a lot of different types of readings. So if you're not into tarot cards, maybe you're into oracle cards or Lenormand or scrying or mediumship. You know, I have tons of stuff there for you guys. And don't forget to join that KWT tribe over at patreon.com/kittenswaitsandtarot. I already have an oracle deck of my own in the works, and I'm currently working with a printer to look over like cardstock and boxes and kind of how I'm going to be presenting this deck, and I'm still working on the guidebook. But yeah, I do need the support and help of my peeps over at Patreon, and I do appreciate everyone who's been supporting and helping me there. So anyway, that's it for me, spiritual homies. I will catch you later. Peace, love, and chicken grease. Peace out!